so far as the person has talent. Sometimes almost say Obi was like already over that particular structure and basis, that small coaching we can pick up. You're fast learners. You know, the idea is just that we want, as a person is trying to get his academic vision and mission or goals, the person also may have professional mindset. So we want to build on that. You get a point?
Yeah.
Because most of the things we're doing, without you, we can't get a lot of messages going out. Like you mentioned, people are there waiting to hear what you want to say.
Yeah.
And if you keep your money in your pocket, it's in your pocket. You get that? You're not a rich man. But if you use it for people to see, then they out of your what you have used, the people can rate you. So for us to be rated in sports, for us to be seen in sports, for people to know what we are intending to do, we want to make ourselves open.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes us to get all the valuable things and a lot of options to pick from.
Okay.
Sports and Wellness Directorate, what we're going to do very soon is that we want to have what we call University Community League.
Okay.
The University Community League is made up of all the 4 colleges.
Okay.
The sports, that staff first.
Okay.
Before I come to the rest, the staff, only staff. So we're going to have all the 4 colleges. Each college is raising up a team. Alumni is raising up a team. You get that? Then we have union. You know the union group?
Yeah.
The union group is made up of CEOs and other people in the high level. They're also forming up a team. They have a court here, the field. They're also forming up a team. We're getting in touch with East Legon Executive to see whether they could be part of the league. And when we talk about it, we are going to have it a whole year long sports activity. It's not just going to be one-time event, a whole year long league. That's what we call the league. And we'll be playing them mostly in the evenings, either Saturday or Fridays. We'll be playing them. Now, Central Administration also raised up a team. And we are starting with football. Invariably, as the year go by, we may add others. We've done a lot of stakeholder discussions so far. And we are keeping up. We intend to launch it, and during launching, definitely you'll be aware. We intend to launch it and run it. Now, the essence of it is to bring the university closer to industry. And the industry also get closer to the university. So there's always that kind of win-win thing. So with that, everybody has opportunity. Every evening, there's something running. With the students, the wellness sector have designed a program. And apparently, you are the first person to hear it. You can just come for the meeting for here. To design a program that is for students. Because we want to think about programs that people will benefit. Someone is not interested in the normal sports. But you can't say that you're not interested about your own well-being. You get that? So we intend to organize clinics and programs where we are zoning the school into 4 to have its program that the sports director will meet these people and take them through issues of wellness, issues of diet, issues of exercises, and other things you do for your own life system. And these are the things I want to do, because we think that apart from those who play and the rest, there are others too who want to be conscious about their health.
But the entire say the only thing we see is go ball. What's
good? So part of the thing is to have going to have a discussion, hopefully from next 2 weeks there, about discussion with Center for Aging. Center for Aging. Good. There are a lot of programs that are designed for aging and disability. But it's just that this part of our world, we don't look at it in that direction. We think that immediately you are old, immediately you are disabled, or no, not disabled, immediately you are physically challenged. You can't do sports. Yes. We have Google now, you see issue of what called walking football. Just I mean, walking football, they even have World Cup. Walking football. Walking basketball. They play it at highest level. Sitting volleyball. They play it at highest level. How do we package it? How have we been able to package it? I was in Portugal for a program, and I happened to join even the walking football. And when I joined it, you meet people who are 90 years old, 80 years old, and these are old-time footballers.
Okay.
Who are playing it, and they have their rules. That's what I say. Google and find. You see, they have their own rules, and they play when they have a World Cup.
Wow.
For that, it's for us to restructure it and make it that is useful for our people.
Okay.
We have space. Let's say the volleyball court, the basket court, the handball court. These are places that we can restructure, not restructure, but reprogram. It means it doesn't interfere with the normal training of basketball, volleyball. Okay. But we keep a timetable that after handball, this group of people are also having another structured type of sports for themselves.
Okay.
So we design those sports for them to do it.
Okay.
And these are things I want to do. Health and Wellness Directorate is open, and that's ours is to see that the development of sports in the University of Ghana, and the benefit so that it should not only students but the whole university community.
Okay.
So our programs are always for the university students and the university community, and we encourage even those who are listening that if you think that you have talents and you think that you have some basic requirements, and the basic requirement of the University of Ghana is at least you shouldn't get a D. You shouldn't get a D.
Okay.
You can get all C's and the rest, but don't get a D. As for the D, the University of Ghana frowns upon it. So at least have your talent, but have a D. I mean, have less than a D.
Okay.
So even if you fall within the 24, that's the minimum. At least, as people are even struggling to enter university, you with your talent, with the UG pass, you can easily slip in without sweat.
Okay.
Yes. So we encourage people, and we encourage you also to be a friend to the directorate. The UG pass gives the opportunity for the person to have entry to the university. The halls also have the opportunity to lobby with these individual athletes. The athlete also has his own opportunity to select the hall he wants to go to. Do you understand that?
Okay.
We don't want to get involved in issue of sharing and saying that this one go here, this one doesn't go here.
Okay.
Because if you involve yourself, then you are moving to something slippery. Because you get to a level where someone think that you gave me
the
bad ones and you gave me
the
good ones.
Okay.
This person is winning. Why didn't you give me that? Definitely, if two athletes come, let's say 100 meters runners.
Okay.
Definitely, one is going to be first, one is going to be second. Which hall am I giving the first person? Which hall am I giving the second person?
Okay.
Do you understand that? There's no issue of fairness in that direction. Ours is to get the person in. You get that?
Yeah.
The rest is for the other halls and the rest to find their lobbying. Only that we make everything transparent.
Okay.
So that's what I say. I'm still going to meet the hall masters and the hall tutors, sports tutors. We have a discussion that any person we are bringing on board, you have a fair idea of who we are bringing on board. Probably, your intervention may even encourage the person to come. Yeah. Because you don't know the relationship you have with that person.
Yeah.
Probably you have taught the person before.
Yeah.
Or probably you have a personal relationship. But if you said, okay, we want to bring, let's say, player A, then in your mind, so I know this person. Therefore, you won't divulge it to the people at the meeting. In your mind, you call the person quickly. Well, we are having a struggle to get the person.
Okay.
Your intervention will help us get the person better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we get ourselves off the thing. We are acting as referees.
Okay.
Arbiters. We shouldn't also be getting ourselves involved in your own type of selection.
Okay.
And apart from that, we give that democratic right to that athlete to think of where do I want to go and where do I. Some people want to, as it's coming from his head, or I just want to be part of Commonwealth. Somebody's mind too, I'm coming because I want to be part of Legon Hall. He shouldn't come and I should be telling the person that go here or go there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll get ourselves out of that.
I'll go there in the evening and people are there, and I don't think it's good for our sports. I don't know if you would love to do something to prevent these people from praying on the pitch so that we can have good pitches.
One of the headaches, I say not headache, I say if it's sickness, maybe one of the cancers we have is because the university has actually given a space for people to go and pray. But I think that I don't know whether it's intentional or out of disobedience of rules and regulations. You get people who will leave the spaces given to them, and their focus is just The pitch, especially the main about field. On several occasions, myself, even as myself, the senior assistant registrar, and even the soccer coach, had to come there in the night to sack people, to tell them even pray outside. We are not saying no, because the field by itself, the nature of the field, there are times the field has to breathe. Yes. And when I say breathing, that's the time the field, all the stepping you've done on the grasses, they also have to stand up and have their normal groove. That's the period. And so if you look at the latter, the others, the pole that is heading towards the primary, the basic school, by the goalposts, they have walked in such a way that it has created a path.
Yeah, yeah.
You see, it has created a whole path on it. Because the person is just there doing to and fro, walking up and down, walking up and down, walking up and down, and stepping and thinking that the devil is on the ground, stepping on the ground seriously. Now, these are places that the directory spends so much money in maintaining. We water it. We have a company that will water it and the rest. And when we get to that, that's disheartening. So we intend to seek sponsorship. I will discuss some issues with some few sponsors who are thinking that they could come and help us fence the whole place. So that's what we are doing. Some so far, in principle, some sponsors have mentioned. I don't want to mention the name of the sponsor because things are not yet solidified. But in principle, they've agreed to come and help us fence the whole place and lit up the place. Because the focus is just that we want to see that if we get the place fenced and lit up with lighting system properly, we could still have people. Because remember that we have most of our students who go at night to go and play ball.
Yes,
I'm aware. Most of our students, they go to pay and play ball in this Astro Turf. But we have our natural pitch.
Yeah.
Not Astro, pure natural. And if you are able to grass it well and also have a lit, proper lit up place, it's also another way of income generation. Not necessarily the student pay as much as they go there, but at least some token they can still play some ball there. So these are things that we intend doing. Debate is part of the sports.
Sports, yeah.
Yes, it's one of the things that we want to actually make it more visible. Because all the time our discussion has just been sports, and ignoring the aspect of debate. And remember that now the directory is called Sports and Wellness.
Sports and wellness.
So the wellness aspect is huge, just as a sports. So what we're doing is just now that we're trying to create a wellness center, so that anybody who has any stressful life or depressed and the rest, when you move to that environment, at least you can rejuvenate yourself. So that's all the things we want to do. And the rest.
The competition. Is there any policy for them or anything the sports directorate to do for these people?
So typically there's no policy yet. But the point is that what I intend doing is to try to find a way of formalizing their activities. Because whether you like it or not, these are people who contribute to the growth. Even if it's little, they contribute to the growth. And you also, if you don't formalize it, you are not able to get the best.
Do
you understand the point? So formalizing them is a way of trying to expose them to training. If you are able to formalize them, get them all structured, then if you have any coaching programs, we get them go through these coaching programs. Sometimes somebody has that passion to become a coach, and he's seeing it as a way of starting. But if you don't help that person to get that, it means he's going to prepare chaff for you to build. You get that? And it's difficult. When you don't understand coaching, the issue of coaching, you may think you are coaching the person, you are only punishing the person. Seriously, you are punishing the person. So the person will think that he's actually doing so well, but he's just going through punishment. By the time he gets into the hands of a good coach, the coach has to reorient that whole person. So sometimes you get athletes who leave here and go outside and they are doing so well. Then you ask yourself, what was I doing? It's just because there's something small you are missing. And everybody needs that upgrading. So the focus, first of all, let's get them upgraded. It's from upgrading that you move to the next level. So when you move to the next level, immediately we start putting you in structure. It means we are recognizing you. Just understand that. Because if we don't recognize you, you are not part of our plans. But when we recognize you and we put you in a structure, we know that, If we deal with the hall masters, the sports secretaries are the first place who tell us who their coaches are. Clear?
Yeah.
So if you are able to get, let's say, Okraku Hall, all the coaches who are working with you, we have their list and their contact. All the coaches will have this. Then we have a meeting with all of them and let them understand the rules they are playing. Once in a while, there are some small to give out. It reaches them too. Do you understand? It's a sort of motivation.
Okay.
One thing leads to another. Then as time goes on, as they get their upgrade and qualifications and the rest, then we see how it moves. But it starts from one level to another level.
I think, and a lot of the boys are around the boys are or more interested to do it. I think say most streamlining or more activities are now more training now. And look at me and abwa amayenya a lot of coaches, especially with this GFA. You see why not you say in terms of coaches education, or try say or building the capacity of coaches
and you know the interesting thing. Kurt is part of the UG advisory board.
Oh, okay.
Sports advisory.
The GFA president.
Yes.
Okay.
It's part of our UG advisory board.
Okay.
So it's part of the management. This is part of the management of the sports directorate.
Okay.
You get that? Yeah. So these are things that when we are discussing, it's easier to do. Because it's a matter of us submitting these, but until of course you streamline and know who are there. You can't do that.
Okay.
Part of our awards, we should create a space that part of the awards, these people also get some award. Because, like you are saying, all you did until you mention it. I mean, at least you should have something that you put in front of you. Somebody passes and says, Charlie, Mr. McCoby, I mean, you're a part of the system. Recognizing your activity. These are things that we intend doing.
Okay, all right.
Like I said, they're facing any issues of management, or from the top management. Because all the time there's that support. So I say, all the time there was that support. They're facing is more of communication and linking up.
Okay.
Maybe let's say that Hall of Residence, a program. How deep involved are they? Sometimes you recognize, say, okay, Radio Universe, we think that we take things for granted and think that Universe is within the University of Ghana. Interior sports are, they should be aware. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
If we say that they should be aware, it's nothing. During our preparation program, how have we gotten Radio Universe involved? That you can also strike some sense of ownership. Say, I'm going with that boldness that I'm part of the discussions that we put it. You see, the same thing with the Hall of Residence. We want things to go big. So we are talking about 80,000 plus students.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, our hall, inter halls, is virtually like empty stadium or empty space. How well have you organized SAR halls? We should get to a level that, we should organize it proper. That a hall we can have the halls coming with a particular colors.
Okay.
So what I say, every hall should be having its own basic colors, not that a frafra. Encourage them to see how easily we can come and have a structured assembling before we start the program. Then, but this can only happen. Say, you have all the hall masters and hall presidents involved in our discussion from beginning to end.
Okay.
I feel you feel. You get that? So I think all the things we have is issue of communication. And yes, sir, issue of support or something. Take to the management. Good. See, I organize a program there. So we person invite VC. I want to find her schedule.
Okay. And
find out her free time. She will come. For the VC, she's always ready to support any sports program.
Okay.
And any problem there, there's issue of communication, media, all of them line up to communication.
I think let me come back to the UG Stadium. For now, I want to ask director, is it owned by UG or the state?
It's not yet handed over to the University of Ghana.
Okay.
The arrangement, had been that after the African Games, it will be handed over to the University of Ghana. Now, the contractors haven't yet finished some bits and pieces. You know, after games, there are a lot of things that will wear out, certain things are, and there are certain things to be tested to see that they are working or not. And there are certain graveling, certain pavements and other things which they are still working and to hand over. After that, they will hand over to the University of Ghana. But as I speak now, it's not yet handed over to the University of Ghana.
But we've seen the GFA communicating to us that Legon cities will be using the stadium for their league matches. And I know the sports directorate is aware. Looking at the nature of the stadium, is it okay for a team to use it for a Premier League games? And how many clubs did apply to use the stadium for their game?
You know, we already have a relationship with Legon City.
Oh, okay.
The director already have a relationship with them. Legon City has been using our field here for their training and other things. And the fact is that we align with them so much because they are using our name also.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes.
So it's easier for us to have that relationship. If you say Legon City, we are part of the city.
Okay.
Whether it's north, whatever, the whole Legon community, they are part of it. So it's easy to have a discussion. We have a lot of things that we want to work, and I don't want to talk about it now. That's in the pipeline to work on. So it's based on that we're looking at it that it's safer for them to start working here, right? Because it helps us with our vision where we are heading to, yeah. And it's going to be a win-win in that direction.
Okay. So what I want to know is, once it has not been handed over to the school, is it the sports director that approved? Or
So there's an arrangement. There's an arrangement.
Okay.
Because even as it's not handed over, the University of Ghana still uses.
Okay.
Remember that you have the inter-house
Inter-house
activities there.
Yeah.
Yes, we have other things done there. Yes, so as part of our discussions, there are other things, also other committees set by the university. So we're still in the discussion issues to see that it's worked. Because we are looking beyond now. If you are looking beyond now, you are getting your partners, you are thinking about something bigger than what we're saying here.
Okay. All
yes.
right. Okay. Good.
I can't confirm.
Oh, okay.
I can't confirm because we're still in the discussions.
Okay.
Good. The discussion has gone to a level. You get that? And I always prefer that until it's sealed and dusted.
Okay.
But I can tell you that more than 80%.
More than 80%.
Yes.
Right.
Until it's sealed and dusted.
Okay.
I can't always come out to.
All right.
Yeah. We are building carpets. Putting carpets on the field for people to play, you call them Astro Turfs. I just want to be blunt as it. There are difference between what we are doing and what we actually call the Astro Turf.
Okay.
You get that? And because of that, there's a rush even in making them. To the extent that as people are doing it, they are rather generating heat in the after. And we don't care about the health hazard. We don't care about the consequences of this heat generated on the person and as it's playing. You get that? What we fail to focus so much is about talent development. Encouraging people, a way of developing talent. Because Ghana is abound with talents. There are a lot of the AstroTurf we are building. Who is managing them? It's becoming a political house. I'm just being factual. It's becoming a political hub. So that if I don't belong to a party, how do I go there? Who is managing them? Is it under GFA? No.
NSC.
Probably, I guess initially it was under Zongo something.
Yeah, Zongo Development.
Good. What has Zongo Development got to do with the sports something? What's GFA doing? Why are they not involved? The federations, I'm being blunt, the federations are in charge of our sports. So you can, currently, I'm the Vice President of Volleyball Association. And I'm also the President of Development Commission, African Zone 3. Volleyball, I'm the President actually. So if you are developing volleyball, you can't develop volleyball without me here. So if you decide to be doing your own thing, you are doing your own thing, based on your own thing. Zongo Development and the rest. Zongo Development, which part of it is sports? If you are talking of talent from the Zongo, yes, let the talents in the Zongo be groomed. Let them be, we are not saying that develop those places in the Zongos, yes. but let it be supervised by an authority that can lead them to their profession. So that GFA is supervising these things,